back to Garage Matters. Today we'll be doing a review on this 2015 BMW i8. Now this BMW is a hybrid. We'll take a look at the charging system real quick. So here on the front left fender, this is the charging port. It's currently charging right now. So when it's charging, it'll illuminate blue right here to let you know that it's charging. In order to open up this access panel, all you gotta do is just press down on it and it'll pop right open. Same thing when you go to close it, all you gotta do is just push down on it and then it'll close. So here's the charging cord right here. Goes up to this adapter right here. And then it plugs straight in to your house outlet right here. So nothing fancy, you don't have to set up any fancy chargers or anything. You can charge it directly from the socket right here. We'll take a look at these wheels right here. These rims are 20-inch rims. So they're 235 by 40s. And these brakes come from the factory like this, cross-drilled. These calipers, they're also 4-piston type calipers again. So there's 2 pistons on either side to help give it that additional stopping power. Now in order to open the doors on here, you would just reach on this back side right here. There's this little lever back here. All you gotta do is just press it and pull it out. Now on this door panel, you have this button right here. This is gonna unlatch the door and allow you to open and close the door. These are your door locks right here. Down here is your gas cap, window controls right here, and then this back button right here is the trunk release. Now in order to unlatch the front hood, you have to take this little covering piece off right here. Once you take this covering piece off, it's gonna expose this cable right here. It's got a little loop on the end. So all you gotta do is just pull this on this side and it's gonna unlatch the front hood. Same thing on the passenger side, you gotta do it on both sides in order to unlatch the hood. Now I'm not gonna unlatch the hood because once you unlatch both sides, this hood is a 2-person job. You have to unlatch this hood up like this and then it's gonna swing like this. So I'm not gonna do it because it's a 2-person job. The reason why it's a 2-person job is once you lift it up, you don't wanna hit the front of the hood against this camera right here. So that's why you gotta lift it up and then tilt it forward. Let's take a look at the cabin. Inside this cabin right here, these are seat controls right here. I've got it pushed all the way back. So it's pushed all the way back. That's how much legroom there is. Let's take a look at the footwell. Down here, there's just a gas and a brake. Now let's go ahead and try to figure out how to crawl in here. Now to get in this vehicle, you're going to have to step over this hump right here and step down inside. It's kind of tricky because you got to kind of wiggle your way in there, but let me show you how it's done. Okay. So you got to kind of contort your body a little and slide your way in here. This is with the seat pushed all the way back too, so there's not a lot of space to crawl into this vehicle. Once you're in this vehicle, you can adjust your seating position. Now we're inside the driver's seat right here. Over here you have your controls for your light switch. Here we have those fancy paddle shifters. This car comes with an automatic transmission. Over here you have your start stop switch. Traction control right here. I guess these are the different comfort modes you got. Comfort and Eco Pro. Not really sure what this one is. Looks like a camera button. Parking sensors over here. These are your controls for the multifunction display up here. Electronic e-brake. And then up here, all your climate control functions right here. Up here, looks like you got an SOS button up here. Airbag off button up here. Lights for your map lighting up here. Now let's take a look at the back. This back here, you have this giant pillar right here that just seems to kind of block my blind spot. So when I'm looking right here, all I see is this right here. It's really hard to see if there's any vehicles in your blind spot. Now let's make our way to the back side of this vehicle. We'll go underneath this car. So underneath this car, it kind of looks like there is some kind of ducting right here. I'm not sure what this really is, but I guess it's kind of cool. Maybe it's for aerodynamics. We'll move to the rear quarter panel. This rear quarter panel has some pretty awesome aerodynamics going on. Let's take a look at it. Back here we have the trunk area. This area, all you gotta do is just lift this up. Down here you have some trunk storage around here. You can throw a little bag in here. Another thing I noticed was the sticker back here. This vehicle uses SAE0W20 motor oil. Now just by looking at this vehicle, it looks like it's a mid-engine sports car, so we'll take this panel off and see if we can find the engine on this car. It makes it really difficult to go ahead and check and service your engine oil if you gotta take all this off, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it. In order to access the engine, you're gonna have to take this panel off. All you gotta do is unscrew these tabs right here, lift up on this, and then pull this out. This styrofoam is just gonna come on out. There's nothing screwing it down or holding it on. All you gotta do is just pull it out. Now once that styrofoam piece is removed, these little screws right here, that's raised right here, all you gotta do is just use your hands, untighten them. Now once it's all unscrewed, you wanna lift up on this panel like this, pull it out, and then on out. Now I don't have really long arms to reach over here and service this engine like this. What I need to do is step down into this vehicle right here, sit down on here, and then lean over so I can have enough reach to service this engine right here. Now let's take a look at the backside. Let's take a look at this exhaust. What kind of exhaust does it come from the factory? Well, just looking underneath the car without jacking it up, I can't see any exhaust, so I'm not really sure where the exhaust is on this vehicle. I'm sure it's got an exhaust somewhere, but it kind of looks like it's right here. Looks like the exhaust is right here, so it points down to the ground like this. Looks like just looks like a single exhaust right here. So now I'm kind of curious about how this engine is going to sound with this exhaust note. Let's go ahead and swing around to the other side of the vehicle and see what it looks like. Take an interior look again. Here's the back seats. Passenger seat right here. Oops, I almost forgot to mention something about this vehicle. There's something really special going on about this vehicle. This vehicle, all the skin panels, they're all made out of carbon fiber. We'll take a look at this door panel right here. So up here, we'll get a close up. As you can tell, all this is carbon fiber. So the doors are carbon fiber. Come down here. All this is carbon fiber right here. Down here as well. This rear quarter panel, I'm going to stick this magnet on here. So we know this is metal. So on this quarter panel right here, it's not going to stick. So all these quarter panels, skin panels on this vehicle, it's all made out of carbon fiber. Even back here. All this back here, carbon fiber. We'll take a look at the other side as well real quick. All this carbon fiber. So that's pretty cool about this car. This entire car is made out of carbon fiber. Even this hood up here. All this carbon fiber. So it's really going to help reduce on the weight of this vehicle. And with all the weight savings, this car with 360 horsepower is pretty quick. And considering that it's a mid-engine as well, it handles pretty well. But we'll take it on the road and we'll do a quick road test on it. Alright, we got the I-8 on the road right now. We're going to hit the interstate, stop by a gas station and get some gas. We'll see how this car does on the interstate. I'm going to hit this on-ramp and see how it does. She's pretty quick actually for being a hybrid. I really don't hear that engine noise. What I hear is something coming from the front of the vehicle, but I know the engine's in the back. So I think it might be some of that fake engine noise that's being pumped through these speakers right here. Now this car has a speedometer and a heads-up display as well. So the heads-up display actually projects onto the windshield your digital speed. So we're doing about 72 right now. Now overall the ride quality is as expected considering that it's a BMW. Nice, comfortable, and it doesn't feel like I'm gonna lose control or anything like that. Okay, let me put this up like this. We just got done getting some gas. This car, since it's got a turbo, went ahead and put premium in here. All these turbo cars that I drive, it's my personal preference, I always throw premium. Now if you're looking for that wow factor, this car definitely does it. I spoke to 2 people at the gas station right there. They were all amazed about this car. I purposely left the door up, and it sure does get that wow factor. This car's got a lot of pickup, a lot of torque from those electric motors. Alright, let's stop the car here and take another hit. Really not bad at all. Overall, I am impressed. It does put your back up against the seat. Really impressed. Go ahead and get on this on-ramp and get back on this interstate. Being an automatic transmission, it does include these paddle shifters, and with today's technologies, these automatic transmissions, they're probably a whole lot better, and they're probably a whole lot quicker than manually changing the gears. And I must say, when this car is going through the gears and changing gears, the transmission felt flawless. It felt really smooth, and I couldn't even tell the transmission switching gears. Some automatic transmissions, when you drive it and you step on it hard, you kind of feel that little clunk. This car doesn't do that. Smooth transmission throughout the gears. Now the cabin noise in this vehicle is really good. What I mean by that is I can't even hear these cars that are driving past me on the interstate. BMW did a really good job as far as sound installation on this car. Now with the charging port plugged into this vehicle, what I noticed is that there's a fan in here that will kick on. So that's what we're hearing right now. It's that fan that's turned on right now. My overall impression about this BMW i8 is that it's a really good sports car. Considering that it was over $100,000 brand new, I think it's really worth it, considering that all the body panels, they're made out of carbon fiber. And even though the gasoline engine is a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine, paired with the electric motors, it really makes this car really fun to drive. Something else worth noting is that the steering wheel, it's all electric, so it's got that electric steering on it. But regardless, steering input and lane changing was a breeze in this car. Especially on the interstate. Just driving around town, this car seems like he handled it just fine. Join us next time on Garage Matters, and remember to hit that like and subscribe button.